alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Only monsters play God, Baron.
Bring him to me!
Hello everyone, my name is Arfah,
Hi, I'm Ducky.
and today we will be doing a Coog Cinema Review on Frankenstein by Guillermo Del Toro. I actually brought something for show and tell. I brought Frank because just before I came to this shoot, the executive producer of Coog TV and also one of my besties, Charlotte, was like in my apartment. She saw this on my coat rack because it survived the Halloween decoration purge, and she was like, you should take that to the Frankenstein CCR, which is very exciting because I swore I'd never do a CCR in my life, and now look at where we are.
This is very cute.
Thank you.
You bear my name, Victor, and with it my reputation.
Wait, what's that thing Gay Pinocchio says? It was the Pinocchio.
It was
yeah.
when Father, what can it?
Father, when can I go out on my own?
Father, when can I leave to be on my own?
So that's what I'm familiar with. I love Gay Pinocchio. Thank you, Mr. Del Toro, for Gay Pinocchio.
He didn't make Gay Pinocchio. He made the
Straight Pinocchio?
He made the little boy one. The one where he's like completely wood.
That's Pinocchio.
Yeah, but he didn't make the gay one.
Shape of Water was good. Thank you so much.
I don't think
Shout
I've
out
seen Shape of Water.
the Ghost. I was like, I watched it when it was playing on the living room in my parents' house, and I could see like a sliver of it. But it was a really good like homework distraction because I was like in my room and I could kind of see the TV. That's how I know a movie's good when my parents are watching it. It's like it takes me longer.
Yeah, I've only seen Pinocchio really of his work. I know about it, but I've only actually sat down and watched Pinocchio. I
haven't even seen Gay Pinocchio. Like I'm just referencing the tweet.
But the Pinocchio, like he made the one that's on Netflix too.
Okay.
It's really good. It's really sad.
Okay.
It's like I really liked it.
Yeah, this movie was really sad. So.
And as we give life to our new Adam, I want to be placed in this new perfect body.
No!
I say I like the first half of the movie. I say that's really interesting. And then when it gets to like the later second half, it was kind of disappointing a little. Like, I don't know, it just felt underwhelming to me. And to be fair, I wasn't really familiar with the original story of Frankenstein. I just knew about it through like adaptations and parodies because it had been parodied to death at this point. So I never really like looked into the original. I talked to a friend of mine who was very like familiar with the original, and I did some research, and like I see that like it wasn't super faithful to the adaptation, but it was also like faithfulness to the adaptation isn't like the biggest issue. If it's like changes that help the story, and there are some changes that I saw that were like I never read it, but like I don't know why they changed that.
Okay.
What would you?
Well, the whole reason, like, I swore I'd never do a CCR and then did it for this one is because I had, like, a romantic literature phase in high school. Yeah. So I was a big fan of, like, Mary Shelley. I had done a project on the book in high school for, like, AP literature or something. I saw that the movie had a quote from Lord Byron, which I thought was really neat because they were besties. Mary Shelley, the woman who wrote the book. Yeah. I think it's really interesting you say that because I think one of my my overall opinion of the film was that, especially having had read the book, which I also want to preface, when I watched this movie, I was severely sleep deprived. So I did my best for like the sake of this video, but like I was going off vibes and like my prior knowledge of having read the book, which I really did enjoy. And I will say, it felt like this movie was one that like had the most exponential increase of pacing. I think I did not like how it started out. Like, I think it started out like a little slow and a little corny, if I'm being honest. And then like it slowly started getting better, and it never stopped getting better. Like, at least in my opinion. And I know the changes, I know like what changes you're talking about. And like, I don't agree with all of them, but I will say, out of all the adaptations, I feel like this is definitely the one where I'm most comfortable with, at least how like the main themes were portrayed, because there was a lot of specific themes that I was really, really kind of expecting the movie to lean on heavily, and it did, and so I feel like I was satisfied enough with that, at least.
That was very interesting. We like two different parts.
I know, when you said that, I was like, because I was talking to my friend about it after we watched it, and I was like, this started off rough. But it got better and better. So I think that's interesting.
Creature knows but one word and one word alone. Victor. It just parrots it without rhyme or reason.
Perhaps for the time being, that word means everything to him.
I think one specific theme I was really, really hoping would, I mean, obviously it's like a bulk of like the story itself, but there was always like a chance that they weren't gonna focus on like literally just like the parent-child abandonment of it all. And then also my studies pertain to a lot of stuff that has to do with like technological evolution and stuff, and I mean the main thing from like the original text is called There's No Way, but it has like Prometheus in the title, and there was references to that throughout the film, which was also cool. But specifically, I really liked how basically it really kind of fell into the whole parent-child thing, and then on top of that, the emphasis placed on like how newer technology could be posing a risk, which that was Mary Shelley's point with having written the original source material, and the fact that that has never rung true more than it does now, especially with like AI and stuff. It brings back those same questions that she was asking. So I think this is an adaptation that like really needed to happen when it did.
I had not read the book, but I was like being told about it. One thing was in the beginning it seemed like it was setting up, I thought his brother would like be more important in the story, because I learned that in the original he is like a child. But then like in this one it takes place in like they're older, I think.
Well, I feel like they stayed pretty on track with that specifically. I will say he definitely, like, the amount of the role he played in the text is definitely different from how much. I feel like Victor honestly was just talking to his brother a lot more and that's like one thing that probably had to be cut out. Like his brother William. But I understand.
Because it looked like it was kind of setting up a thing, because they said before their father died, he favored William over Victor.
They were just trying to explain his daddy issues.
And I thought that would like be some payoff with their relationship, but then they kind of don't really interact in the movie. Like when he like is invited to the wedding, he just immediately goes to like Elizabeth.
No, I understand, and that's exactly like, I feel like if I had to guess on what they had to cut out at the final cut, it was scenes with William.
Probably.
It seems like they might have tried to have more there, but it doesn't push the story.
It was
as
already
much.
a long movie too. So.
This is the future. This is possible. Why not study it? Why not quantify it? This is unholy.
Yeah, specifically the camera work was really interesting, and I took note of that while I was watching it. At almost every given moment, the camera was moving. Like, there was little to no still shots, and the actors in the scene were also constant. There were very few, like, and like, again, like, some of the reasons I said it felt a little corny at first is, like, the technical elements are a part of what they built up on. Like, Mia Goth, like, Elizabeth holding, like, the skull for, like, 20 business days. It was like, okay, like, we get it. You're looking at the skull, girl. But then, like, by the end of the film, it's, like, this dynamic camera shift and this dynamic camera shift, and it flows so well with everything going on. And then I don't know if you saw like the post, like I watched a little bit of like Guillermo Del Toro talking about the production of the film.
Like a post-credit scene?
Kind of, yeah. It was like in the credits.
Oh, I didn't get to see that.
I didn't watch very much of it, if I'm being honest. But one thing that he said was every single thing in every single shot was very intentional, and that's something I know he does a lot as a director, and to begin with. So it was really nice seeing that, especially get better as it went on.
I like the sets and the scenery mostly. I thought it was very beautiful, and they captured like the whole aesthetic of the gothic romantic aesthetic surrounding.
Oh yeah, the
Frankenstein.
candles they were holding,
Yes.
like
The candelabras.
it's fire, bruh.
I really
Literally.
liked Elizabeth's like costumes the most.
Oh yeah,
Her
absolutely.
costumes, her dresses, they were all
for
beautiful.
sure.
There was not one outfit I didn't like on her. Like they all looked really
agree.
good. I'll say that.
I know you have thoughts, I know. I know you do. Something you might want to say? However jumbled, however confused?
I think they nailed the daddy issues. Like, I feel like even in the book, that was like a huge thing. And Mary Shelley had crazy mommy issues. It is rumored she lost her virginity on her mother's grave. Her mother had passed when she was young, yeah. And so, like, those are themes that all carried over. But, like, she also had a weird relationship with her dad and her stepmother. And and that was, like, clearly kind of imbued within the original text. And because of my interest with Mary Shelley, who I will say I don't think invented Gothic literature. She definitely made it popular, but she was that girl, like, when it came to being metal, because she took her dead husband Percy Shelley's calcified heart and she kept it in a jar on her desk. And I feel like that vibe was very well imbued also into the movie itself, which I really appreciated. Specifically, like, the relationship between Victor and the creature, like, oh my god, I was not expecting to cry. Like, I remember, like, getting really emotional when I read it in high school, but, like, I feel like they truly really did a good job of being like, oh my god, like, he's just a baby, bro. Like, he's literally just like a sweet patootie, bro. Like, that's like the point though, which I was so happy that they had done. It was like, yeah, this guy sucks. Like, poor Frankenstein's creature. Like, and Jacob Elordi bodied it.
He did a good job.
Bodied it. Literally.
I'm glad he's stepping away from the pretty boy archetype. And he's starting to venture
absolutely,
out.
yeah. Shout out, bro. The voice was crazy, and I'm sure there was some sort of, like, audio enhancement, but his portrayal, like, I honestly don't think anyone else could have made me feel bad for someone that big, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't know if that sounds mean, but it's like, oh my god, no.
Like, it was just tragedy after tragedy.
Like, I wanted to pet him even before, like, the whole petting, like, plot line. I felt so bad. That shattered me, bro.
No. I also feel bad for Frankenstein's creature because there's like not one moment where he never got a break.
Oh.
And it seems so immediate for Victor to just kind of start resenting him. And I know it's like because of his daddy issues, and his dad was also kind of short with him, so he just carried that onward and was very short and mean and brutal to Frankenstein's creature, which led me to like really not like Victor.
Hated it, bro. I literally couldn't watch, but I was like, I kind of have to.
Yeah, man. I didn't like Victor after that because I was just like, you're supposed to teach him how to talk. I don't know why you're upset. You have to teach him.
Well, I mean, he tried, but it's like, again, he's not like, I feel like it's also, again, like kind of a really good commentary on like what happens in the real world. People will have kids that should not be having kids. There are a lot of people like that. And then it's like you hear about people going on later in life to do some pretty messed up things. And it's like, maybe your parents shouldn't have met, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I hope it forces more people to think about that type of decision, because it could truly like change the quality of life for the people that already are born.
Yes.
Light it then and hope it does. But if it does not, I will come for you again. Light it!
You go first.
I'd rate it a good 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. A 6 or 7 out of 10. No, a 6 or 7 out of 10. What? A 7 out of 10.
Oh, that brain rot.
Oh god,
It kicks
it's
in
taking
a little
over.
different. It's
I'm
taking
sorry.
over. Wow.
But yeah, I liked the beginning of it. Like I said, I didn't like the later half of it. I thought the ending is just something about it. It felt when the creature forgave Victor. I don't think he deserves to be forgiven, but I know it was as like some
It says
sort
more
of, like,
about the creature than it does Victor.
yeah,
Which I think was
is like the creature is more human than he is. It has more of a
That
heart than he is, even though it's just an animated corpse. I would like, I'll constantly think like every time I'm watching and see it, it'll go back to him on the ship. I'd be like, they are just spilling their whole story onto this guy. They're just trauma dumping to this random guy.
Which is really funny. When I had read the book for the first time, I was like, oh my god, like they're literally just talking.
Right.
Like the whole book.
And he's just sitting there patiently. He does not care.
I love that like the people outside were like cooked and he was like, getting to the good part. He's getting to the good part. Like, y'all need to stop complaining about, like, the freezing to death out there. Like, he's about to tell me what he did with that whole thing.
And then, like, Frankenstein came in, and I'm surprised he didn't just...
But, like, sorry, valid crash out. Can I say that? Valid crash out?
Very valid crash out.
Extremely valid crash out. And then he was chill about it anyways, like, after. And it's like, oh, man.
But Captain, you killed 6 people. He's telling a good part of the story.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, I mean, I would give it a solid. I'm an optimist. I tend to be very, like, I will give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this, and I know a lot of, like, diehard Frankenstein fans are having issues with, like, the adaptation, but I do think for the time that it is, Mary Shelley had made it for her time period, and I think Guillermo Del Toro did a good job making the same story for our time period, which I think is what makes my ranking go up a little bit, especially in terms of, like, the changes made to the original material.
Thanks for watching Coog Cinema Review on Frankenstein.
Stay Frankie, y'all.
Then consider this, my son. While you are alive, what recourse do you have but to live?